my name is Emily and I'm the director of Furniture Zoo, and today I'm going to be sharing with you different kinds of wood that we have in our workshop, the things that we use, and I'm going to be telling you the difference between softwood and hardwood and everything else that is in between. So, what is the difference between softwood and hardwood? The first thing you need to know is that softwood comes from trees that grow very fast. So it grows very fast. That means, the harvest rate is really high, and that is why it is soft, and also that is why it is cheaper when you find it in the market. And then we have hardwood. Hardwood come from trees that take a very long time to grow. Those are things like mvuli, mahogany, things like teak. These take a really long time to grow, and that is why they are very expensive to buy from the market, because again, the harvest intervals is not as much because it takes a while to grow. So how do you tell the difference, or at least physically tell the difference between softwood and hardwood? This is how to tell. If any wood you find or you encounter is on the lighter shade, or it's the lighter the wood is, this is softwood. Is any wood that you find that is on the darker shade, this is hardwood. So the lighter the wood, the softer it is. The darker the wood, the harder it is. I'm going to show you with some examples here. We have this, which is cypress wood. I don't know how to place it, you guys can see. This is cypress wood. So this is soft. As you can see, it is very light. It has even lighter variations. So this makes it soft wood. And this is called paduk. This is called paduk. As you can see, it's very dark. And so the darker it is, the harder it is. I'm going to be showing you some other wood just so that you're able to see the variations between light and dark. All right, so let's start with the softest that we have, which is cypress, which is I just shown you. So how do you tell whether this is cypress or this is not cypress? So first, the shade of the wood, it's light. And then also cypress has characteristics of these knots. You see these round things, they're called knots. So this is how you know that this is cypress. So that this is how, whenever I go to the timber yard, I know that this is cypress. It's not pine, it's not blue gum, it's not, you know it by the shade and you know it by the characteristics. So this one has knots. So if you're looking to do furniture and you don't mind the knots, you can use cypress, especially for furniture that sits still and doesn't move around and doesn't carry a lot of weight. If you're looking to do furniture and you don't like the knot, I'm going to show you the next thing that you can do so that your furniture is still light but it doesn't have the knots. So let me show you. So the next one, as you can see, this, I'm putting it on the side like this so that you're able to see it, because if I put it like this, then you can see nothing. All right, so this is called jacaranda. I wish I'm able to show you the grains on this wood. Like, it's super, oh, there you go. There you go. It has very subtle grains. It is light shaded, it is a soft wood, and it doesn't have the knots. So if you're not a fan of the knots, this would be the best wood to use for furniture that sit still and they don't move around, and if you like the lighter shade. Because then again, what's the point of doing something that is this, like, has these beautiful grains and then covering it? It doesn't make any sense, like covering it with a stain or, painting it. For me, I really like wood in its natural form. So this is jacaranda for those that don't like knots and they still like the lighter shade. So this still falls under soft wood. Then we start getting into the in-betweeners, things that have wood that have both shades of darkness and have the shades of lightness. So you really can't quite place them, but I'll tell you whether it's soft or whether it is hard, or whether it is more on the soft side or whether it is more on the hard side. All right, so here you go. This is moringa. As you can see, it has a lighter shade and it has a darker shade. So really, it will be very hard for you to place it and to know whether it is soft or whether it is hard. But for me, I can tell you this is more on the soft side, but I really love these grains. You guys, isn't this like super pretty? This is super pretty grains. It will be perfect for a table. It will be perfect for a console table, for a bedside table. It will be perfect for a TV stand. It will be perfect for a shoe rack, because this is what you would be seeing like most of on the flat surface of the furniture. So the best way to use wood that has this kind of grain is to use it on something that has like a wider top, like a table, something that you will be able to nicely see this grain. Because then if you use it on something that has like, like this thickness, you won't quite see this variation. So something flat, something that has a wideness, that you're able to see this grain. This again is moringa. I don't know whether this is the actual moringa tree, like the moringa with really nice health benefits. I actually do think it's a one. And that's moringa, guys. All right, so the next one is Meru oak. Let me show you. So this is Meru oak, as you can see. I don't know whether to place it. There you go. This is Meru oak. So Meru oak has these like grains that look black. Sometimes they actually look a little bit of green, which is very, very interesting. And this now starts to go on the harder side. If you're lucky, you will find something that is this clean for Meru oak. If you're unlucky, or if you're a client that actually does not mind the wounds, I call them wounds or vidondas that come on the wood, we can use something like this. If you can look at it, it has like a little bit of wound here, it has a wound here, it has a wound here. So when you're making something that is a top with it, it will be best to make with Meru oak only if you're going to stain it. If you're going to stain it to walnut, there's all these things are going to be hidden, or they are going to be stained to look like really, really beautiful grains. But if you're going to be leaving it like that, it would be nice if you could find something that is, like that is this clean, or go for something completely different, like something we call white oak, which looks close to this and it's lighter. So this starts now to go to the it's in the middle, yes, but it's more on the harder wood than soft wood. All right, let me show you the next one. The next one is mango, which is my favorite wood. Honestly, it is. I love the grains on mango. So this is mango. As you can see, this is actually the cleanest mango you can get. It still has a little bit of grain, because I'll show you how dramatic the other variations of mango can be. But this mango is more on the harder side than it is on the softer side. It is beautiful for a dining table. It is beautiful for a countertop. It is beautiful for something that you want to show off a grain with. This is what I would prefer that you use. You see this? This is not kidonda. This is a grain, and it looks very beautiful, and I'll show you in the next piece of wood. All right, so the other variation of mango is something like this. See how crazy that gets? See how crazy that gets? This is amazing. I love this variation. Can you imagine this on a dining table, or on something that actually has the width to show the beauty of this wood? That is when we advise you to use mango. If you're bold, of course you need to be bold, because there are people who are like, that is too bold, I'm not able to do that, I'm not able to have such a furniture piece in my house. But this has beautiful, beautiful grains. And mango falls on the darker side of wood, so it falls mostly on the hard side of wood. So this is very good wood to use for something like a dining table, something that will take weight, something like a bed, something like a bookshelf would be great to use something like this. The other variation of mango, because mango has very different variations, like you can never get anything that looks the same. It's always something completely different. Every time you pursue a mbao, you're like, oh my goodness, this is so beautiful. Now let me show you this. This is the other variation of mango wood. You can see how beautiful this is. This is like my favorite grain of mango. I think I've only found this once. I haven't been able to find this grain again. But the person who ended up with this, I'm sure I was super, super lucky, because it's a beautiful, beautiful grain. So this is mango. Again, as you can see, it's on the darker side. So this is actually hard wood. All right. So the next wood that we find, this is now like super, super hard wood. This is mvuli. Mvuli is actually, compared to mahogany is harder than mvuli. But because mvuli is not as available in the market, mvuli is more expensive than mahogany. But weight-wise, if you were to pima both of them, mvuli would be lighter than mahogany. But this is mvuli. It also has like very subtle grains, doesn't have a lot of drama going on. It has variations of lighter brown and darker brown. So it's very, very beautiful. It makes very beautiful chairs, especially chairs that have like a restaurant chair that has like a wooden back. It makes very beautiful. Of those, it makes very beautiful dining tables, it makes very beautiful beds, it makes such beautiful furniture. The next wood would be mahogany. There you go, that's mahogany. I like this variation. You can actually find a very light mahogany or a very dark mahogany. But mahogany is definitely hardwood. It takes very long to grow. It grows very tall. Like it's a very tall tree. It takes very long to grow and it is dark. So this is actually hardwood. Like there's no like in between about this. This is hardwood, and it is very good for making things like doors. It's very good for making things like beds. It's very good, especially if you're going for a mahogany look. It is very good for making things like a staircase, like the rail on the staircase. Mahogany is such beautiful hardwood, especially if you like this shade of color. If you're not like more of a lighter shade, if you like the darker shade, mahogany is super good. I'm going to show you the last wood, and it's not very, I only found it once. I haven't found it any other time. It's called Padauk. Here you go. This is Padauk. Padauk is a very beautiful, oh my goodness, look at that variation. It's a very beautiful wood, and it makes like really good executive office desks. You know, like when you enter into a governor's office or a president's office and you find this table that looks like it's reddish, it just looks great. Padauk makes such beautiful executive high-end furniture. This would be it. All right, guys, I think I've shown you all the pieces of wood that I have at the moment. We do have others. We have Podo, we have white oak. These are just different kinds of wood that we have, because there's quite a lot of wood that people can use. So yeah, you just need to know what kind of furniture you're making, whether you want it to be a lighter shade or a darker shade, or whether you want your finish of the product to be lighter or darker. And you can still want it to be darker and still choose to use softwood, which is lighter, and then you can stain it to whatever shade of furniture you want it to end up with. Thank you guys for listening, and I do hope to be doing more of these videos just to enlighten you guys on furniture, on wood, anything furniture, anything wood, anything fabrics, anything so long as it concerns furniture. I'm your person. Thank you so much for listening to me, and do check out our Facebook page, our Instagram page, that is Furniture Zoo. And bring us business, guys. Bring us business. See you guys.